Hi, welcome back. This is the second video in our series where we're going to investigate making shapes. So you're going to learn some basic sketch tools and then you'll learn how to extrude them. With all Onshape designs, you have to start with a flat two-dimensional sketch. And when you're done drawing that out, we save the sketch or confirm the sketch and then we extrude it. So you'll be making sketches quite a bit. You want to be careful about how many you have, etc., but I will guide you along as we go. So to start a sketch, you click the sketch button and you will see that this name is red because it's waiting for us to select a sketch plane. And we can either choose the front, the top, or the right. We can click on these pictures here, or we can click on the names of them over here. I tend to always sketch on top. You can adopt my habit if you want, but you're welcome to choose another practice. It's not a huge deal for the most part because there's rotation tools, etc. But I'm going to carry on like I typically do, where I click top, and you can see that it's showing you the sketch here. So the best way to think about a sketch is it's a piece of paper, essentially, and you can have many pieces of paper, etc. So that's what this is indicating, this longer rectangle that says sketch 1. And so we'll draw our two-dimensional figures, as many as we want here. So we'll do that first. The other thing I'd like to point out a few things. You pretty much want to think of Onshape as having two modes in the simple version. One mode is being in sketch mode, where you can see all of the sketch icons. And you also know you're in sketch mode because this box is open. So whenever this box is open, you're in sketch mode. If you think you're in sketch mode, but you can't see these tools, it means your sketch isn't open. So currently we have a sketch open. We're seeing our sketch tools. This box also indicates it. You can put this wherever you want. I tend to put it over here because I pretty much want it out of the way. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, knowing that you're in sketch mode, which we currently are because we can see these boxes and you can see these simple shapes up here. Now, what I usually do is I find that the outlines of the planes here, they distract me. So I don't like them showing. So I can either hide them by clicking over on the left here, but the easier way, in my opinion, is hitting the P key. So I just hit P, and that hid my planes. If I need to see them again, I can hit P again, and they pop up. So that's a toggle button. It's P, and it shows and hides the plane. So I typically hide my planes when I'm sketching. But yeah, so the other thing I like to do is I like to see the plane flat. So the easiest way to do that is to click the face of the plane you sketched on. I sketched on the top. I chose my top plane, so I'm going to hit top here. And now it even more looks like a piece of paper. So we're going to look at these tools here. We're actually going to start with the rectangle tool. Anytime there's a little arrow here, it means there's more than one way to draw a rectangle. I usually just stick with the default. So I'm going to take the rectangle tool, and you can drag out as you're used to, but I recommend when you're drawing in a 3D environment that you click. So I'm going to click, I let go of my mouse button, and now I have the freedom to take my time in deciding the dimensions and the shape. So maybe I want a long and skinny one, and then I click, and that rectangle's done. If you want to draw a perfect square, you can click, and then while you're choosing your dimension, hold down the Alt key, and that keeps it a perfect square. So a lot of programs will have you hold Shift, but in Onshape, to get a perfect square, you hold down Alt, and then you can click when you're happy with the size. Whoops, I let go of Alt before I released my mouse button. So let me try that again. I'm going to click to set a point. I'm holding down Alt. I'm going to click and then let go of the key. So you may or may not have noticed that once you enter a shape tool, it doesn't leave that tool until you hit escape. So that was a little annoying to me at first because I'd want to go and select this, and like, let's say I want to select this rectangle. I'm not selecting it, I'm drawing another rectangle. I will say that undo works, so you can hit Control Z. And that actually Control Z got me out of the rectangle tool. And now I'm back in the arrow tool, and so now if I do this, it selects that. So if I don't want this triangle, you can select it by tracing around it and hitting delete, and they disappear. I actually want my square back, so let me just delete this one. Okay, so let's move on to the circle. Circles draw from the center, and again, what I usually do is click and then move my mouse. Once I'm happy with the size, I click again. And you can see I'm still in the circle tool because my mouse indicator is the crosshair. Whenever it's a crosshair, you're in a drawing tool. To be in the selection tool, it will look like the arrow and you have to hit escape. So I'll draw a couple of these there. And if you don't want a perfect circle, there is an ellipse tool under here. So if I take the ellipse tool, that's a little more clicking. I'm going to click, and first it lets me set. Oh no, I think that's it. So I click. Oh yeah, see how I have to click twice? So the first click I made established the width, and this one establishes the height. And again, I'm still in the ellipse tool, so I'm going to click and establish. You can see which side it's establishing because there's a dotted yellow line. So in this case, it's going to be my height. I'm going to click, and then it wants me to establish the width. And I can click again and set the ellipse. Now I want to go, actually I'm going to stop there. So I want to leave this tool. I'm going to hit escape, which puts me back to selection. And you can see that I have several shapes. And you might remember if you trace around one, you can hit delete and it goes away. So now I want to turn these into 3D figures. So I'm done with sketch 1 for now. I can open it if I can reopen it if I want to. You don't want to hit the X because we haven't yet saved these shapes. So the first time you've opened a sketch, you want to make sure that you hit the green check mark when you're done with your shape or shapes. And you can see the sketch is shown here. So I'm no longer in sketch mode. The biggest indicator is that Sketchbox isn't open, but you can also see these tools are different. Okay, so I'm not in Sketch anymore. Before I turn it into a 3D figure, I like to turn my cube so I can see it in more than one dimension. So anytime you want to take a flat two-dimensional sketch, you can see these have absolutely no depth to them. They're just flat figures that would not print out. And so we want to turn them into 3D figures, and that process is called extruding. And the extrude tool is the very first tool on the objects toolbar. So I'm going to click that. And now it's waiting for me to select the face of a figure. I highly recommend not clicking the edge because it will extrude just the edge, which is essentially nothing. That won't print either. So it's waiting for me to pick a face. So I'm going to come over here and click. And you can see it turned it into a box, but it's not finished yet. I could, if I was happy with this, I could finish. The default depth is 25 millimeters, which is about 1 inch. If I want it more, I could pull this arrow up. If I want it shorter, I can push the arrow down. If I want a precise number, I can type it in here. So all of those will work to change the depth. And you can actually open this and change it later if you decide it wasn't a good depth. But for now, I'm happy with this. And just like we did with sketches, we're going to hit the green check mark. Okay, so now we're seeing our box, and it appears like we lost our other sketched shapes. We did not. What Onshape does is after you extrude a figure, it hides the sketch. You can see it's still listed here, it's just dimmed out. So that's an easy fix. We're going to come to where it's hidden. We're going to turn on the eyeball, and now we can see our other figures. So now if I want to extrude this circle, I'll get a cylinder, and I can hit OK. The second time it doesn't hide it. I'm also going to extrude this one. And just click OK. And I'll do my square. So anytime you want to extrude something, you can either select it ahead of time and hit extrude, and then OK. Or you can select extrude first and then click the face. So it's a pretty easy process. And you can see for each extrusion, I have, these basically show you all of the techniques you've used, all the skills you've used. So if I decide that this box is too short, I just need to figure out which one it is. So if you're not sure which is which, you can see if I mouse over extrude 5, that there's a orange outline around that figure. If I point to extrude 1, there's an orange outline around my first box. If I click it, it turns totally orange, which is a little bit easier to see. So that's one way to tell what's what. You can name these more appropriately if you want to. And again, as I click these, it's just selecting multiple things, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to deselect most of them. But say I wanted to make this higher, I can double click extrude 1, and I can change this number. So now I'm going to make it 50. So that's really nice that you can change something after you've made it. And you can see for each extrusion, it made a part. So extrude 1 is associated with part 1. So that's good to know too. So that is the basics of creating simple shapes. I'm going to show you a couple other sketch tools so we can make more unique shapes. But I want you to take a screenshot of this and put it on your OneNote page, your assignment page, so I can see that you've done this. I typically use Snip. So Snip opens. When you take pictures of your Onshape screenshots, you want to make sure that you're in a 3D perspective. I don't want screenshots this way. And I also don't want screenshots sugar. Hold on. I don't want screenshots this way. I can't tell that they're 3D. So make sure you're in a 3D perspective. And then go ahead and take your snip tool, trace around them, and then go to OneNote, find your folder, find this page that says Onshape intro work, and you're going to paste that screenshot there so I can see that you've learned how to make boxes and cylinders. So I'll stop this video here. The next video we'll look at the line tool and the arc tool, perhaps the polygon. But hopefully this went well.